It's that time of year, folks. I have the March 2023 Wine Club shipment for you. Our Friends Club members are starting with the Sparkling Riesling. This is a traditional method sparkling, so there's secondary fermentation in the bottle, which gives it those nice bubbles. I love bubbles, so I'm very excited for this one. It's a nice dry sparkling, and it's got those subtle notes of brioche on the nose. That's from the secondary fermentation in the yeast in the bottle. Bubbles make me happy. I hope they make you guys happy because they're delicious. There's lots of like lemon and lime zest in there. Really perked me right up. Everyone in the club is getting that in their shipment. The next bottle, Friends Club, they've got the 2021 Rosé of Cab Franc coming. Most of you are familiar with this. This is our classic Provence style dry rosé. It's very light in color, but don't let that fool you because there's a lot happening in this wine. It's really developed quite nicely in the bottle. There's those herbal characteristics are pretty pronounced now. You still get the raspberry and cherry fruit notes, but that minerality, whetstones, and herbaceousness really comes through. That translates nicely to the palate. A little more fruit there, but definitely that whetstone minerality throughout. Really nice acidity. It's a refreshing rosé, and since spring is on the way, you should have rosé. So Friends Club have those two wines coming. Family Club members are receiving both of those, as well as the Semi Dry Riesling. This is from the 2020 vintage, so very ripe fruit, which is going to add a little bit of weight to the palate. Lots of pear on that one. And there's still a lot of those zesty citrus notes, but there are riper fruit notes in there like tangerine and apricot. This is such a food-friendly wine. I want to put it with everything. A little bit more weight in there. That's that riper fruit. It being a semi-dry, it's got a touch more sweetness to it, but it still finishes very clean and dry. Nice acidity to add structure. The Family Club is also going to be getting the Pinot Gris. Most of you may know this, but for those that are new to the club, maybe you don't. Anthony Road is one of the biggest growers of Pinot Gris in the Finger Lakes, and we do several different expressions of that grape, with this being our classic stainless steel Pinot Gris. It just smells fresh. It's like bright green. There's green apple. Some herbal notes, whetstones. It's got a bit more acidity than the other wines, so it does get you right here, which is really nice and refreshing. It's like Granny Smith apples. It's delicious. So those are the Family Club wines. The Passion Club is receiving those wines, as well as our 2017 Merlot from the library. Family Club members, you have access to add this wine to your pack if you would like to. There are only about 7 cases, so if you want it, you should get it. It has aged beautifully. This could age easily for another 5 or 8 more years. I mean, if stored properly, you could get 10 out of it easily, I think. Because it's still like really vibrant. I opened this bottle yesterday, so it's opened up quite a bit more than, yeah, it has. This one's so good. So lots of cherry, dark cherry, black cherry, subtle baking spice, little vanilla, maybe like soft, like cocoa, but a whole bunch of just like it's a cherry bomb. And all of those aromatics are playing really nicely together. It's lovely. I'd love to share it with you. It's opened up, it's nice and broad on the palate, but there's good acidity there to give it a nice backbone and again help with continuous aging. But it could definitely be enjoyed now. I should probably revisit it. Yum, and that baking spice comes through a bit on the palate as well. I can't dump this one, I'm sorry. The tannins are just so well integrated. Like it's just like a juicy, that's a beautiful Merlot. It's the 2017 Merlot library release. Passion Club members are getting it in their pack. Family Club members have access to it. It will be in the tasting flight that's available for the month of March in the tasting room. If you want to join us for that, please make an appointment. Your orders are all going to be processed on March 1st. So if you need to make any changes, please do it before then. But we have some beautiful wines coming your way and I'm really looking forward to sharing them with you. Cheers.